Tornadoes, as many as 50 throughout the state. 7 people are dead. As many as 125 have been injured in the Bedford, Indiana area alone. Craig Hoffman is live by satellite in Bedford, Indiana right now. Craig, what can you tell us about what the situation is there now?
Carol, what you're seeing right now is the remains of a restaurant. There was a gift shop near the Red Rooster restaurant on Highway 37. Also near the restaurant and the gift shop here in town was a car lot. A lot of cars here are damaged. Ironically, in this area, it's just been totally wiped out. We're standing between Highway 37 and Old 50, just inside the Bedford area. And we have some pictures of some of the devastation, and you are seeing those right now. There are gas stations destroyed here. There are trailers in the 4-lane highway here that had crossed a good quarter of a mile and landed in the middle of the median of the road. Again, we are between Highway 37 and Old Highway 50 for people familiar with Bedford County. 30 people injured in this immediate area, 2 unofficially dead. We did talk to some people who were inside the restaurant and in nearby homes, and they told us what they saw.
They came, were lighting candles, putting them on the table, and I got up and looked out the door, and there was a man walked up behind me and said something about, that sounds like a train whistle. And they yelled for everybody to get to the back, and we all ran to the back of the restaurant into a hallway. I'm not sure where it was. And when we got in there, they said get down, and before we were going down, I could feel the wind. And then you couldn't hear or see anything but just dirt flying. If you open your mouth, you got a mouthful of dirt. It went up your nose and your ears.
I told my wife, let's go cellar. So we just made the cellar just in time.
And Rose, you said you made the cellar just in time. What was going through your mind?
I was just running to the cellar because he was dragging me. I never do go down there. But we couldn't get in the cellar because it was locked and we couldn't see to open the combination, so we just crouched down in the stairwell. And the buckets and stuff was flying over our head, and a big tree fell right beside of us. I was praying. God seen us through. That's all there is to it.
That first couple you saw was Sam and Wanda Turpin. They live here, or rather in Orleans, Indiana, and here in Bedford, Indiana. The second couple made it Wayne and Rose Pridemore of their home. Carol, some shelters have been opened up here in the Bedford area for people who may be watching if they have power. At the National Guard Armory, the Red Cross and Salvation Army are setting up headquarters there. And at the Bedford Junior High School, a shelter will be opening there a little bit later on this morning. Again, it's a good 6 to 8 block area that's just been devastated. Behind me, a restaurant, a gift shop, a gas station, and it goes in a 360 in this area. And this is not the only area around the Bedford that was hit. In northern Orange County, there was some wind damage. And when we rode up here from Louisville, I saw a lot of lightning. I've covered hurricanes, I've covered tornadoes before, but I have not seen this much lightning. And the people here just thankful to be alive, but they'll be picking up the pieces and digging through the rubble in the days ahead.
Okay, thank you, Craig. Craig Hoffman reporting live by satellite from Bedford, Indiana in Lawrence County. Tom Wills is here to tell us what is going on right now in our area with the weather. Tom?
There still are a couple of warnings left in the area. One warning just to the east of Louisville and Jefferson County. In Shelby County till 1:30, you can see the flashing area on our storm track Doppler radar showing the strongest wind potential is just northeast of Shelbyville now, a little bit toward the north of I-64, moving toward the eastern parts of Shelby County. There could be potentially some damaging winds with that system. In Louisville and Jefferson County, all of the heavy rainfall activity now is past or outside of the Waterston Expressway in the county away from the city. All areas of southern Indiana are now storm-free, and also there's no longer any potential damage or damaging storms for Indiana. Indiana is all clear for the rest of the night. They have had a very, very devastating day, however, but no more storms for Indiana. Again, it is now pretty much past downtown Louisville area. The heaviest storms are now in the eastern parts of Jefferson County. You can see a little flashing area here along the Snyder Freeway, just south of I-64, perhaps out in the, down in the Middletown area or in the J-Town area, east of there, and coming down toward the Snyder Freeway and I-65. But again, the heaviest area now is to our east in Shelby County, the flashing area there, eastern parts of Shelby County. A warning in effect for East Shelby County till 1:30 this morning. Heavy storms still in Jefferson County, Kentucky, but always moving toward the east and southeast. It should be totally clear of Louisville and Jefferson County by about 1:30 this morning. Now, again, Craig Hoffman was up in Indiana showing some of the damage that occurred there. There were numerous tornadoes throughout the Hoosier State today. Craig Edwards, back in the Wave Weather Center, has got a little bit of a summary of those activities, and let's go to Craig now.
Thanks, Tom. The Indianapolis Weather Office is calling this the worst tornado outbreak since 1974, April 3rd. Of course, we remember that quite well here in the Louisville area because we also suffered from those tornadoes as they moved through. Let me give you an idea of some of the areas that have been hit very hard. And as we're getting information from Indiana, the worst reports that we have at this point are injuries that took place around the Bedford area. As Carol mentioned a few minutes ago, 125 people at least were injured. That was in Bedford, Indiana. We have at least 3 deaths that have been confirmed to the Indianapolis Weather Office in the Bedford area. Hendricks County also reports 1 death from a tornado, and we've got 3 deaths in Parkersburg. This is in Pike County, just north of Evansville along I-64. That's the area where we've had the worst damage, and apparently at least 7 deaths reported through those areas. Here in our area right now, the severe thunderstorms do continue. As Tom indicated to you a few moments ago, the tornado watch remains in effect until 4 a.m., covers the entire area from Cincinnati down to Louisville, further down to south of Fort Campbell, and all the way back up to Toledo. So we'll be continuing to watch for those storms over the next few hours, though, as Tom indicated, the storms do seem to be dying out at this time. The worst tornado outbreak since 1974, April 3rd. Carol, that's the way it looks right now.
Thank you, Craig. For those of you with friends and relatives in the Bedford, Indiana area or Seymour, Indiana, or any of the places across the state of Indiana that were hit, do not be surprised if you have trouble getting through by phone. Do not try to go there. The police have had trouble keeping the traffic to a minimum so they can get in and see what the damage is and get things cleaned up. Let your relatives get in touch with you, or you can try calling the Red Cross in the morning. Again, we'll try to keep you updated. If anything else develops overnight, we will have complete details tomorrow morning, on Sunday Today, and on Wave 3 News at 6 o'clock. For all of us here at Wave 3 News, good night.